Man, it's your boy DeJon, Easy Motherfucking Hustle. Man, we rocking with the Faith and Hustle show, man. Y'all tune in for sure.
Hey y'all, what's good? It's pre-Friday, so I know your Faith and Hustle better be on 1,000. I'm about to introduce y'all to somebody out here in the city that's been doing a lot of great things. I'm so pleasured to have him on the show. We also got Sounds kicking in with us today.
What's going on, everybody?
You guys, I want you guys to meet DeJon of the Syrup Room.
Hey, what's good, everybody?
Domino effect. So, welcome to the Faith and Hustle Show. It's your first time here.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you having me on today.
It's a blessing to have you because we can learn some things from you. So, let's talk about the Syrup Room because you started it back in 2016, right?
Yeah, well, the concept of me wanting to do radio came way before that, but it was just the boom of the online radio that gave us the opportunity to come do it on our own. So I was working with the Core 94 to begin with. They gave me the chance to have the radio show on there, and man, it just got off to a big start. You know, like we ain't even see it coming how it came. So we just, you know, we started off like just thinking like, man, we gonna put our partners on, put our cell phone and play our own music and stuff like that. But man, people started hitting us up.
That
like
took off.
Yeah, big names like really wanted to come through and, you know, do their promo runs there, come drop their albums there. So it got the booming real quick.
So what is your content based on? Is it mostly on music? Do you support film? Is just anything about the city?
Well, man, it's just so crazy because like with the co-host that I have, like my video man, he do a lot of videos for people out in the city. I was one of my co-hosts, Koyo, she work in movies. So
nice.
We'll get like stuff like that. We get politicians, actors, community workers. I mean, of course we get a lot of rappers that come with it, but and we done had some of everybody come through and touch base with us.
How'd you go ahead?
No, so it's not just. I'm glad you said that because a lot of people just stick to just rappers or you know.
Yeah, and I never tried to just say like, you know, I was like in my head I was like I want to interview like all my favorite rappers, but like I started getting hit up from people out of town to do events, and man, people was flying down to come do interviews and stuff. So it expanded kind of like without us trying to make it expand. It just ended up expanding like that.
How'd you get the name the Syrup Room to begin with?
Man, just trying to think of a when I first went to the initial meeting to, you know, sign the paperwork and stuff to do the radio show, I didn't have a name. I just knew I wanted to do interview type radio. So man, my homeboy, shout out my boy CJ Corvette. We was just sitting in the car. My homeboy Tommy D was buying a car that day at the Dodge dealership, and me and my boy CJ, we were just sitting in the car just thinking of names, and he was like, man, we need something like the Shade Room, and he was like the Syrup Room, and he just started throwing down. I was like, nah, go back to what you just said, the Syrup Room. It just caught my name instantly.
It clicked.
Yeah, so I ran it by a few of my friends, and they was like, I don't know, it's like sound drug related. I don't know if you can really do something with that name. And I was thinking the same thing, but
it kind of do. But you know, I feel like your content and everything that you
we not on there just
with
like
it.
drinking. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of artists, they do come through, I guess, because of the name and they pouring up drinking all that, but I mean, like, we don't really just promote that culture on the show. It's just a name for us, but the name helps because we do it for Houston, and you know that just kind of attracts.
It fits for Houston. It definitely does. So on your second episode ever you aired, you featured Paul Wall, June James, Lil Low of the Screwed Up Clique.
Right.
Like, to me, for your second airing, that's like huge. What are some things that they told you to keep you going and motivated you with what you do right now?
Well, even with that, our first episode we had by Breezy, and she came through with 3 artists that first episode. She had a dude named Young Josh. She had Imani Scott.
Okay,
And she had she was working with Don Tolliver too at that time.
Okay.
So at the time, I'm not really you know, I'm kind of new to I don't really know the underground artists like that at the time. So man, so they came through and she worked with so many artists. So putting her interview out there and her going to promote it, you know, she got a lot of views on it. So I mean, by the time the next episode came around, it was just Paul Wall dropped his album on the day of our next episode, the Houston Oiler. He was already there doing some promo.
Look at how that works.
Yeah, so he was there doing some promo, so he came through. you know, I just asked him, you want to come just say something on the mic real quick just to shout out the album? He was like, for sure. But when he came in, June James had produced the majority of the records on that album. So June James was our guest that day. So with him and Paul Wall being there was an instant connection.
Right.
So, you know, Paul Wall ended up sitting in through the whole interview. Then we had Lil O sitting outside waiting to be interviewed. So it was just stuff like that.
Come on in.
Every time you came through, you know, we had two artists that 9 times out of 10 they familiar with each other. So we was making connections. His songs came out of us booking the way that we booked. You know, just they went out to the studio later on that day and made some songs or did shows together, did business together. So like we was able to introduce a lot of people. Like one of my favorite introductions we made was Toe Down and Beat King. So
I can imagine Beat King being a trip to interview though.
Beat King came in there and acted her ass, and it was so funny because, you know, he knew of Toe Down in the situation Toe Down had recently went through with him getting out of jail and stuff like that. So that's the first thing. Hey man, ain't you that white boy they got booked in the feds for selling all that weed? That's the first thing he said when he walked in the door.
Oh Lord, called it out.
Yeah, so it was just stuff like that. Them type of moments just kind of made the show grow because we always had that type of stuff on camera, and we'll put that on the Instagram before the interviews and stuff. So people was always tuned in. We gave them a reason to tune in, pretty much.
When you started doing this in the industry, broadcasting your radio shows or digitally wasn't as big as what it is now. You know, you got the YouTube, people are watching. How much has it changed, and what are the things you like about the new wave, and what are the things you just is like,
Well, I love the way radio is today because, like I say, it's a visual now. Like back then, we could only hear the radio. Like you turn on the radio in your car going from point A to point B. And, you know, you pretty much, if you missed out on your favorite artist being on the radio, you just missed it. You know, it was going back and hearing, or you missed out on your favorite song. You know, you just got to wait till you hear it again later on that night or something like that. But now, even with online radio, it's like you can be you don't have to wait on the job application at 97.9 or 93.7 or something like that. You can go do it on your own. You know, you can bring in the same advertising, the same guests, play the same music. You can run your radio show exactly how they run their radio show, you know, or run their whole station. You can build off that model and do it yourself.
Do you think that took the demand from the artists? You know, because if you listen to a song and you miss it, you have to listen to that station to catch it again, versus now you just go back and listen to it how many times you want.
I mean, with the whole social media, it benefited the artists too, I think, because just as available as radio is today, how, you know, you can go back and check this interview for years to come. You can go on YouTube and check it out. It's the same thing with the artists now. Instead of just only being limited to radio or dropping one album a year, you know, and you got to go to the store. What if you break the CD or something and the store sell out and you don't got it no more? Now everything is available digitally to where, you know, you never miss out. You can always go back and watch an interview or hear a song you didn't catch, or, you know, I think it benefits everybody how the game is right now.
Do you think internet radio is bigger than FM now? Because,
Definitely.
you know, sometimes like me, like they'll be like, oh, well, where can I find you? What FM? And I'm like, no, we internet. And they be like, but to me, I'm like, that's better.
Yeah. But
you know?
This I know it depends on what standpoint that you look at it from. Because in my eyes, I feel like online is just as powerful as FM radio.
Right.
Because like I say, we get the same artists, we get the same opportunities, we can do the same type of events and everything, you know. But for artists, man, I had this conversation with Miss Megan and Dope Easy on Instagram not too long ago, where she posted, man, the Houston radio don't support Sauce Walker. So I was like, man, we really posting his videos, we playing his music, we pulling up, you know, every time. So I know you might feel like 97.9 and those guys, or like these mainstream stations, you know, it's a business to them, so they play what makes sense for them. But we can play anything. Like you can play, you come on our show, your music don't even have to be edited. You know, we're gonna play it as it is. That. So Dope Easy ended up getting into the conversation, and he was just trying to break it down to me by saying that you know, for artists, it's more important for them to be on mainstream radio because of the opportunities, because of the listening, because of the fan base. But, you know, and I was just like, but as a mainstream radio personality or radio director, they gonna feel the same way about the artist. So if you're not benefiting them directly, they not gonna play your music. If you're not an artist that the whole world want to hear, they not really concerned about playing your music because it's taken away from their advertising and everything.
After you made it. But I feel like the independent or the internet stations, they support you while you're on your come up. They're the ones that see you grow before you make it.
So it's like art. Even I seen you interview artists like Chucky Trill, Mr. Wired Up. You know,
Hey,
like
I feel
artists.
so honored. You see that?
Yeah, I be watching.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, even artists like them, you know, you can see the groundwork they putting in right now, so you know they gonna take it to the next level within a matter of time. But 97.9, I keep saying 97.9 because I'm not saying that personally about them.
Right, it's just Houston station.
Houston radio, yeah. I don't want them to feel no type of way.
They shouldn't.
It's just like they not in the places that we are to take note. Just like when I met you at the Lil Flip album release party.
I know that. I ain't seen you since then.
It's been a while. It's like October.
Yeah.
But even for like an artist like Lil Flip, you know, with him having an album release party, you know, he finna get ready to drop his last album. You would think with a legend like that in Houston that it would attract mainstream radio to be there too, you know, and it would attract different outlets. Even maybe like the Houston Chronicle or something. To me, I feel like that's that type of event.
It is newsworthy, you know. He's been putting it on for the city for the last 20 some years.
When you pull up to these events, it's the online radio in there. You know, it's more online radio personalities in there than artists that's in there. You know, up and coming artists, or even though it was a private event, but you know, it's still online radio in Houston. We show up and we turn out for these events and we put on for these artists, and these artists take notice of that, and they, you know, they like working with us. Not just us in general, but the whole online radio station as
we're a community.
Yeah, it's a whole community.
So let's talk real quick about how, because you've been making a lot of moves with the Syrup Room, and you done also interviewed Slim Thug, Just Brittany, Big Pokey, and you gained the attention of Tone P. For y'all that don't know who Tone P is, that's Wale's producer.
Shout out my boy Tone P.
Revolt TV to bring a TV show to Houston called Who Got Next TV.
Right, yeah. So that was back in like 2017, the beginning of 2017. I had been on the radio probably for like 2 months at this time that he hit me up. But it was so crazy because I didn't think that we was getting attention like that. But I used to post everything to my Facebook page.
You never know who's watching, huh?
Yeah, you never know. And my Facebook page just took off, but I was just sharing it straight from Instagram, so I would never check the actual Facebook page.
Okay.
So like when I did check, I had like 20,000 followers. I'm like, damn, I only got like 2,000 on Instagram. It was like up to like 20,000 at the time on Facebook, but I never used to check it. So I looked, I was like, damn, like
I'm gonna have to follow you over there. I follow you on Instagram, not Facebook.
It's like a major community on, like they just like artists from, well, not even artists, just people from all over the nation. They just like to tune in. Like it's like this is that Houston outlet. What's going on in Houston? Let me check it out. But man, Tone P hit me and he was like, man, we going on like a nationwide tour. We got Revolt TV on this, and we looking to just showcase the hottest artists in the city. So I was like, all right, you know, it's just like a challenge to me. I never did no events and nothing like that. So
you like the challenge, huh? Yeah.
So like the hardest part was pretty much finding a venue, but we ended up doing it at Fat Boys, where what was Fat Boys on 610.
Okay.
And we ran it up there. The day I had, he told me to get some special guest judges for the event, so I looked and seen who other cities had. Like when they was in Philly, they had like Gilly the Kid, and you know some cities had some big guests. So I was like, all right, he coming to Houston, I gotta like showcase my talent. Like we'll showcase the people that we got out here, and also I want to see like, you know, do these artists just come and holler at me when we doing these interviews when it benefit them, or can I get them to really pull out? Like, you know, they always, hey man, if you need something, let me know.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
you mean
let
that?
me see if, you know. So the first artist I thought they hit up was Just Brittany, because she had just did an interview with us. She did a few events with us in the past, so I called her. She was busy that weekend, so I was like, man, who can I pull out the hat? So I hit up June James. He instantly like within a second, hey, I got you, bro. Like I'm there.
That's
I'm
the
like,
support
all right.
that's
like,
needed.
I was like, I can do it off just June. Like that's a big name, but man, we ended up getting DJ Young Sam and Bob Breezy came back, and that's important. I tell everybody to build those relationships, because once it's established, it just keep going. You know, it only die out if you let it die out. But they came through and it was a pretty big event. Like it was so many artists that's jumping right now, like Ken the Man.
Yeah.
Who else? Rochelle Gemini.
I love her music. Yeah, you naming some good ones.
Yeah, it was a lot of artists that came to that event, and at this point in time in 2016, they wasn't as known as they are now. But now I see them doing something in the city, and I just know, like, it's easy for me to look and be like, oh, I know that artist was working. I know they going somewhere because they been coming. Like, when I pull up, they still pulling up. And
so is there another Who's Got Next TV coming around out here?
I was just about to ask
yeah, we actually did season 2 in 2017.
Okay.
I was a special guest judge. Me, Bob Breezy, and Cooley, who had won the first competition. He was the national judge. I mean, the national winner of the first competition. We served as celebrity guest judges. Well, I ain't gonna say celebrity, but just special guest judges for the second season. And I don't know if they're gonna put it together a third season or not.
I hope so. You know, it's the beginning of a decade, a new decade, and I think, you know, with Who's Got Talent, all these upcoming artists now, that like it's only gonna get bigger and better. Yeah. So if you do that, you gotta let the Faith and Hustle show know. It was a major opportunity
because of the prize. Like, you actually, you know, like if you win in the city of Houston, two winners came out of every city. So there would be 2 shows in every city, and they would get flown out to Washington D.C. and compete on a national level. And the winner, the overall winner of all that, we get a deal with Universal. So it was like a big thing for artists. You know, it's pretty much, if their prize is worth it, they gonna come out and do what they gotta do.
Yeah,
you just gotta make it worth it to the.
Vote TV is huge. You should definitely like say, make that happen.
Yeah, and it's crazy because at the time, like, that was my first event, and so after doing that event, I was contacted by my guy Tony in Philly. He has a company called Conglomerate where they do non-profit events. So he was like, man, I want to put together a tour. I want to come to Houston. He was just giving me the background, like, man, I did it in Miami, we did it in Philly, I want to bring it to Houston. So, man, we brought artists from all over. We had artists from Miami, Denver, Cali, Texas,
man.
We
had artists from all over come down, and we just did, like, we had we ran out like a Airbnb in Bel Air. We had Warehouse Live. We did a concert, comedy show, fashion show, pool party, after party. We went to the club.
You that guy.
We just had all these artists out here, just because of somebody in Philly had a dream, he wanted to come do it in Houston, and we just put it together for him and ran the play.
2017 must have just been a great year for you, with that being said, because you also got Radio Personality of the Year award by the Houston Hip Hop Awards show. Like, when it comes to everything that you've done, let's be real. You were so focused on the passion of the music that you really weren't paying attention to who was watching. But since then, so many other radio shows have come out the woodworks. Let's talk about real quick how your consistency and your faith and hustle has made you in the syrup room what it is today.
Well, I know it's big on consistency. But one other thing that I got is a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, even my boy Easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time you see me, you probably gonna see him. We work on music together, but I mean, I feel
you're an artist too?
Yeah, I'm an artist too as well. So we work on our music together. Every day we recording music. So for me to come out and promote this, it helps him out. You know what I'm saying? But not only does it help him out, it helped me out too, because my whole team, they everybody working. Like, we gonna be doing the MLK parade. We got a float in the MLK parade.
Oh.
Like, I never been on the float. I never been in the parade. I never been to the parade.
Up then.
But it's just like, that's something that one of my team members did. Or like we got. I'm gonna talk about our other events coming up. But man, it's like I got a team that's working. So if I'm not, I might be in the studio with him. But my team, DJ 713 or Zoe Early Films, or Hustling All Day, or even Koyo, they like. One of them doing movies, one doing videos, one out here doing media, one doing DJing.
That's how a real team is supposed to be. Everybody can't be doing the same stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and introduce your partner, your teammate, Easy Hustle, to the show. Welcome in, Easy Hustle.
What it do? I'm Easy. I'm Easy Hustle, Easy MF and Hustle, to be completely honest.
Easy MF and Hustle. You know what I have to ask you? Is there really such thing as easy hustle?
Yeah, you looking at them.
You think when it comes to the hustle, like, some people just put their energy into the wrong things?
Yeah, I really do. I think like my name was given to me. I didn't wake up and call myself that. Let me tell you where it came from. One day I was me and my boy, we flat broke. I'm talking about we couldn't even go half on the dime sale. And So we like, damn, this ain't right. We recording and everything. The next day though, come back whole bankroll. So he was like, bitch, you make this shit look easy. So you know I'm gonna call you Easy Hustle. But it's just the motivation, it's the ambition. You know, like when you optimistic, you see the positive out of everything. So it actually makes stuff easy because you got a different look. You come with a different approach. You know, life not easy. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that that it ain't gonna be, you know, hard. But you know, just my finesse, my swag is just eat whatever. That's just me. So I just carry. That's me.
So how did you come around to find DeJon? How did you find the syrup room? How did this, you know, friendship blossom?
God. And I'm finna explain it. God is so good, man. I had I'm making music. I was making music, and I had went to let my boy hear something, and so he heard it, and then Tommy D, another good friend of ours, business partner of ours, he happened to come around, and he was like, "Oh man, my boy, I know somebody that y'all go perfect, both of y'all hard, both of y'all." So he done juiced me up. I'm juiced up. I gotta meet this dude. You know, I gotta meet him. If you referring me to somebody else, I gotta meet him. I gotta see. I have to see, because I know I'm gonna bring it. And so boom, we locked in, and man, we hopped in the studio, and when we hopped in the studio, we ain't never separated.
That's so cool. I like how organic relationships just build. Like,
but like my circle, this is one thing I say about my circle. They gonna boost me up, like, so, like, if they'll go somewhere and be like, oh yeah, I got a partner, he do this, he do this, he do this. So like they'll juice it up so much. It's like when I do finally meet the person that they talking to, like they have like the highest expectation. And that's just how my friends are. They
edify you.
And I do the same. If I'm talking about the dude that do my videos, hey man, he the greatest. Man, you ain't gonna find no live video person in him. Or my DJ, man, I ain't gonna lie, it's the best DJ you gonna ever find. This is how we talk about each other to other people. So when we come in and we can show people, you know, probably not necessarily as much as we brag about each other, but when we can just, you know, have that consistency and have, you know, show people that, yeah, we working, like, it's not, like, we have fun, but it's not a game to us. Like, we take this seriously.
When you do that, it shows you have respect for one another. And a lot of millionaire mindset classes I've taken, they always talk about what you're saying is edifying, like not putting them on a pedestal or making them better than, but talking about them and their greatness and what you believe in.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, because it shows respect in that group.
It's just showing everybody is equal.
Exactly.
You know, nobody's over the other.
Everybody play their part pretty much. Everybody play their part. It's going to come together.
So
exactly
what's going on for the future of the Syrup Room for 2020? What could we mark our calendars for?
Well, last Saturday, we linked up with Money Making Boom on and off. So we
shout out to Money Making Boom.
We actually took the Syrup Room and created a television show. We're going to be doing it inside of a club. We ran the first episode last week. So we're going to be doing this television show inside of a club, 45 North, 4477 North Freeway.
What's the show called?
The Syrup Room.
Okay. I thought you were going to switch it up.
It's like a happy hour, you know what I'm saying? It's like the club is open. Like it's from 7 to 9, so it's like we're gonna run. It's a happy hour. The bar is open. We got bottle service sections. We're running like a typical 10 or 2 in the morning type of club, but it's in the middle of the daytime. And during the happy hour, we in there interviewing artists performing, and the concept is a TV show. Like
I like that idea.
So I mean that's another. It wasn't nothing that I planned. It was just one of my teammates called my phone and, hey man, look, this is what we're gonna be doing. I got the connection. I got the club. All you gotta do is come to the meeting and pitch it. That's all you gotta do.
You done made this all sound so easy. Yep. Like all these opportunities and people.
When you get your team right, it worked out like that because it's like yesterday. I'm worried about, you know, making flyers or, man, let me mix down this song for me and him that we recorded, or, you know what I'm saying, let me finish writing this verse or something like that. So, like, I'm doing my behind-the-scenes work all day yesterday. Like, I'm not, my phone ringing, I'm not answering it or nothing. So, my camera guy called me, Zoe, hey, bro, we're going to be in the, get your stuff ready. We're going to be in the parade, bro. We got to link up this weekend and decorate the truck. We got a float. I'm like, oh, like, it just happened like that. So,
I think it's cool when, you know, good things happen and people think of you to call you. Because usually for some instances or a time in my life, people only thought to call me when things was going wrong. But when there's opportunities and things that are going good, you know, you got to hit me up too. But let's talk about a little bit of the hardship or a little bit of the restraint or the obstacles you faced before you got to this point.
Yeah,
like,
I
what
was
are...
just going to ask that because, as we all know, it's hard to connect the personal and business.
It is.
So how for anybody that's out there listening that's having a hard time, you as being a business owner, how do you associate yourself personally with your business partner or counterparts and still keep it separate as far as business goes?
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all the smartest thing that I did personally, but I also get a lot of flack from it from my peers. I separated myself from my brand, so you would never see me on the Serve Room promoting myself as an artist, promoting my videos, promoting my music. You turn on the Serve Room, I'm never on there playing my own music. I completely separated myself. Even if you look in the Serve Room and you can scroll down forever, until you get to the bottom, you won't even know that it's me that run that page. There's so many people that follow me on my regular page and my personal page, and they have no idea that the Serve Room is ran by me unless I message them back or tell them to follow me directly and I send them messages. Sometimes I forget to switch over and I send messages from the Serve Room account that I'm supposed to send to from my personal account.
I can see
but
it.
most of the time, people don't have no idea, especially on Facebook. Like, nobody knows who run that page. But it's me behind the scenes. But I just separated myself. And, I mean, like, yeah, my friends or my people around me, they want to post their stuff or post their music on there and post their, but I just be like, nah, we're going to keep this for the city. And we're going to build our brand over here. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Build this up over
no,
here.
this is for
Yeah.
H-Town only.
So, yeah, I got my own lane to where I could probably blow myself up off of my lane, but I really, you know, I just made it harder for myself. I'm going to leave this over here, and this is going to be something separate. We're going to do this over here.
You just got to trust everybody going to stay in their own lane as a whole.
I didn't lost friends and
If we
everything
out,
for that.
yeah, you do that, and you do that because people don't want to stay in their lane. That's how. If he stay in his lane and I stay in my lane, but we got the same end goal, we'll meet up there. But and what's so loud, we also pushing each other. I support the Serve Room more than I support me being an artist. Because at the end of the day, if he make it, I make it. See, it's about seeing the bigger picture.
Real.
See, people are so
that's how we
small-minded.
Everything from day one.
Because he pushed me the same way.
It's just like if one person do something, we all there. We all gonna, we all in the door. And nobody's selfish, you know what I'm saying?
And so no malice.
Now, are y'all fathers?
Yeah. I got sons.
Mine complicated, but yeah, I was one.
So has being a parent in the music industry kind of pushed you? Are you trying to guide, your child to do what you do? Do they see what you do?
That's what I tell my son all the time. Like, you in a different position. Like, when I was growing up, my dad was in jail my whole life. So it was like a lot of stuff that I didn't realize till I got older and realized it on my own. But I be telling my son all the time, he YouTube and, I'm like, man, he'd come up to me, man, I need some merch. I'm like, hey, what you know about merch? You know what I'm saying? But that's how he operates.
Kids these days,
he like with everything digital, like he understands, like, and I tell him, man, you can be anything you want to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna support you no matter what. Whatever you want to be, go ahead and do it. So he come to the interviews and he'll sit there and check out the interviews. Or
that's good.
He got to meet a couple of his favorite rappers and stuff through me doing this. So, you know what I'm saying? Not even him, like my nephew, my friend's kids. Man, we took all the kids to Trey Day, to the celebrity basketball game. So they got to meet like
Do you plan on doing anything like for the youth this year, maybe in a sense?
Yeah, I remember when I first met you, we had a conversation about giving back to the community and stuff like that. So I mean, that's something that I'm definitely looking to get more into. It's just bringing the resources together. Hopefully we can start that off by doing this Martin Luther King Day parade. Link up with other community organizers like and I had a few politicians on the show and stuff, so like I be talking with them about doing stuff for the community. They already doing things in their community, so just being like, how can I help? Like I know you're doing this, I can promote it for you. I can give you some shout outs. I can pull up and help you out, whatever. You want me to hand out some plates with you? It don't matter. I'm down for it.
Do you ever feel that you get one-sided support since you promote so many other people and other platforms more than you promote your own self? That like people come at you feeling entitled or like they just don't really appreciate?
Doing radio, I understand the business. So I know half the artists that I promote for, I'm posting their videos, I'm interviewing them or, playing their music. I know they wouldn't do the same for me, but I don't care because I know that I can do that for myself at the same time. So
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look for nothing in return from this radio business, man. It just, I always wanted to do this. Like, when I was little, I wanted to be on the radio. So, I mean, I just have fun with it. And I feel like if I wasn't having fun with this, or if I wasn't having fun making music, if me and him go to shows and I be on the stage like, man, it's not fun, I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it.
Yeah, so
that's real.
It's fun. I mean, I get people, man, bro, like, we can make some extra money, you know, but if it don't, just if that money take too much away from the fun side, like if it's too much, like, bro, we just gonna stick to what we know.
It's gonna be too much. So I see you got that Rap-A-Lot hat, new wave.
Man, shout out to Rap-A-Lot.
You affiliated?
Nah, I just I'm from there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm around it all day, every day. So yeah, I can walk around my hood with my Rap-A-Lot hat on. It's all good.
Support.
So I mean.
I want to jump back to I think you said for the support for the doing something for the youth. Now I'm not sure if you know, but the city council they have meetings on every Tuesday between 1:30 and 3:30. So if you ever have an event, you can actually call ahead of time, schedule to go down there and speak.
Downtown?
Yeah. At City Hall. Speak before the mayor and the city council. Go present your event. And if it's in whoever's district, they'll actually come out and support you on that day if they don't have nothing going on. So
that sounds like a good idea.
You see his face? I seen that light. Like, they got stuff in motion.
A lot of people don't know that. That's the city. The city will get behind you for it.
Now I believe because man, like I be looking at how they give out these keys to the cities and you know like
proclamation days and all that.
Really support like what's going on even in the underground hip hop community, man. I mean, we got a mayor that supports it. I didn't see the mayor riding slab. Like, he support what's going on out here, so that's I definitely gotta look into that.
So we're gonna see what we can do to collaborate with the Faith and Hustle show and the Syrup Room, and you know you're an artist, so if there's music that y'all